4 goals down, or do you just look at the start of the third quarter when you leak the first 3 goals and the turnovers that put you behind?
I get disappointed with the effort over 4 quarters. That's the problem. You can look at the game in isolation and look at patches that caused us problems, but it's a 4-quarter game, and you don't. And you've got to play the whole of those 4 quarters. Now, we're just not a team that's prepared to play the whole of 4 quarters at the moment for most part of this year.
First maybe 5 or even 6 of Carlton's goals came from turnovers, just missed kicks, missed handballs, frees.
That's a team not believing. It's a team that are unsure what's going to happen to them next. It's they've definitely lost their composure and their I suppose their confidence with the ball in hand. They're a bit they're playing a little bit spooked, unfortunately, and that comes when you're second guessing how you're going to play.
And you're up against a team playing free footy. Had to change your coach. Pressure essentially off. Bit of a perfect storm, maybe.
Yeah. Look, no, that's we know the competition's hard every week, so let's disregard change of coach for Carlton. Let's just acknowledge that they're an AFL squad and they've got pride, and they're going to give every opportunity they get to try and win. They're going to try and do it. Sometimes their season has been a bit slow and a bit disappointing for them, no doubt about that. But the last 3 weeks, I think we've seen them at least trying to challenge their season, and they've gone after it.
How have you got to that point, Ken, where you are second guessing and the confidence isn't where it should be?
Oh, that's what the scoreboard does to you, because you have a belief that you're somewhere here, and when it starts to go the other way, you start looking for why is it we're not there, instead of worrying about the absolute moment. Like you're frightened about the mistake, not worried about making it happen. We're spending too much time worried about what's going to happen, not really concentrating on what we've got to do.
And how do you jog yourself out of that?
Oh, you just keep at it. You have to keep at it. For everyone that's listening and paying attention to our club and our fans that are sitting there hoping and wondering what's going on, there's no easy fix in it. It's just got to keep at it. That's what AFL football's about. You keep sticking to the method that you believe in, and you keep going for it.
What did you make of a bit of confusion with the umpiring late when Sam has taken that mark?
It's an incident in the game. It's disappointing.
Yeah, costly one.
Disappointing, isn't it? Umpires do their absolute best to get it right, I think. I'm pretty confident about that, and they try their absolute best. We had a couple today that were a little bit strange when Hamish short passes it to an umpire and he marks the ball, and things like that happen. But I reckon they happen a little bit when you're in the position that we're in. You make a bit of your own luck, and sometimes luck goes against you when you don't deserve the luck. And we don't deserve the luck at the moment because we're not consistent enough in the important parts of the game.
Are you confident you can turn it around this year?
Oh, look, I'm confident we'll stick at it and keep going, but the competition's strong, and really consistent week in, week out. We get a break, we get a bye now, and we then go to play Sydney in Sydney. What I've known about the group in the past is that these opportunities, when they present themselves, they dig in. They really do dig in. They go up, they get up for the challenge a bit. So hopefully they're capable of doing that again. That's the coaches and my job's the responsibility to get them back on track and get them understanding where they need to go, because there's still parts of our game that we'll sit back and say that was okay, but we're going to look at the other parts and go that's just really poor at crucial moments, and they hurt you.
Do you think the group's wondering how to get back to last year's form?
Oh, I think they're hoping they can get back to last year's form as much. I think they're just not confident at the moment, and we've seen it again today where patches of the game just go against them, and you can just sense that they're feeling the heat.
What were parts of the game that you thought that you could take away from it, Ken? Were there at times when the boys did play brave footy that you wanted them to take away?
Yeah, no, we played some exciting football through ball use at times, but there was a lot of times that we looked like we were out again and going to go again, and then we just made a mess of some simple stuff.
How was Robbie, and did you have an issue with the tackle? Maybe when you looked at it on replay or when you saw it live?
It's an unfortunate thing that happens in the game of footy. I reckon the intent to tackle was just to tackle and wrap him up. The unfortunate part is on the follow through. He hits his head on the ground. I mean, I'm not sure how you can help that. I thought it was disappointing to lose Robbie though, because he was playing fairly good footy at that stage.
How is he?
Yeah, he's well. He was actually right to come back on. The discussion between the doctors and us was all about the incident, what happened. The doctors did the concussion test on him at half time. Proved to be okay past that, but then on viewing the vision, it appeared that he may have been knocked out a little bit in the incident. So with that in mind, we just don't take that risk. And as much as we wanted Robbie Gray out there, it's welfare first, health first, and that's just the collision sport that we play. We have to look after the players.
You said before that they're feeling the heat. Do you think they've struggled with the expectation that came on the back of last year?
Clearly, it looks like that from the outside. I would say clearly that's one of the issues, that the pressures keeps building, because each week for us it's about you have to get this game, you have to get that game, because if you're going to be this team, you have to win them. That keeps building. That just keeps coming on top of one another, and layer upon layer keeps building up, and again it gets heavy. It gets really heavy, and that's what the side's struggling with.
Is Jay Schulz carrying any injury, Ken?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong with Jay at all. Jay just had a very average game of football, and he knows that. He'd be the first to put his hand up. Missed a couple of opportunities for us, which were, again, that's the reflection of the team. As everyone in the competition knows, Jay's an outstanding shot at goal.
Is it a tough time for your bye now with that result sort of, I guess, sticking in your craw?
Yeah, it is. That's what I said to the boys. That's the worst part about the bye. You actually now get to go away and have to deal with it and live with it, and you're supposed to have a break to refresh. Well, you can't have a break and refresh when you're delivering the performances that we've been delivering, because you don't mentally freshen up.
Is there any danger that your lads have, I guess, been looking a bit too far ahead? Is that, at finals and
No,
and
I don't think they've certainly looked too far ahead, but they've looked ahead in games to what if we lose this game. That's what they've probably done a little bit. They've been a bit, as I said, they've been a bit spooked by not being in the position they want to be in during games, and that's just weighed upon them.
Are you confident that that is still on the table this year? I mean, people are quick to write off teams. Are you confident that you can still fix this? And
yeah, we'll certainly try to fix it, and we'll do our absolute best to fix it. And there's 10 games, whatever, to go in the football season. We've seen it a number of times that sides can get rolling. We look like a side that's a little bit off, but I know you can actually turn from a little bit off to being back on quite quickly in the AFL football. But it takes a commitment to the cause, and that's what we'll have to do.
Yesterday you said you wanted to bring Nathan Cracker in to give you some real composure with the footy. Did you think he was good today?
Yeah, I thought he started off really well for us, Crack. One of his challenges is to play full four-quarter football. We know he can play. He struggles at times to run out the full game because he hasn't been back in the system that long yet. So AFL football is pretty demanding, and but he certainly brought some stuff to the game today early, and he kicked a goal late in the game. So he's got flexibility in him too. So I think he's there's some real upside to what Crack can continue to bring to the team.
The boys have a few days off with the bye. What do you
do? Yeah, they do. They get to have a few days off. Unfortunately for us, we go into a Thursday night game after the bye, so we have that almost bye week because we got a 10 or 11 day break. But it's not it's not the 14 days where you can actually get them 4 or 5 days away, and probably as much as anything, 4 or 5 days away would be really good for them now.
Thank you.
Done.